Hey everybody, this is Dr. TJ An. Welcome to the new episode of brand new season 2 Podiatry Profits podcast. In this episode, I want to talk about the concept of momentum.
Welcome to the Podiatry Profits Podcast, where you will discover how to get more patients and multiply the profits of your practice with minimally invasive foot surgery, proven marketing systems, and ethical influencing to your patients. And now, your host, board-certified podiatrist, best-selling author, speaker, and founder of TJ An Coaching and Consulting, Dr. TJ An.
So, I took a good month break from the podcast. I apologize if you were waiting for the new episode and you were wondering what's going on, TJ. Why not you haven't producing the new episode? Because my full-on energy and effort was on to the big annual Cadaver Lab event I host and organize in Chicago. IMIFAS, which is International Minimally Invasive Foot and Ankle Surgery Cadaver Lab Workshop. It was a great success. I brought 67 attendees total, and we had 10 in-person faculty, 4 speakers abroad due to COVID, and also I brought 10 staff members. Again, it was full-on, in-person, 2-day live event. So a lot of moving parts. Some doctors see only the superficial part of it when they enjoy the event. But as always, behind the scene, there are a lot of pillars, moving parts to make that happen. So that was the main reason why I couldn't produce the podcast. And anyway, it was about 1 year from the beginning of the Podiatry Profits podcast. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take a nice hard break and I'm going to start brand new season. I learned a lot as I produced over 30 episodes in the season 1. It is very grateful if you send me suggestions and feedback. That make my podcast improve. Not just the podcast, as I run other events. I do a lot of live webinars. I do have several programs for our colleagues, such as Minimally Invasive Surgery Accelerator, MIFAS Elite Membership. I have the Profit Alchemy, which teaches you hybrid concierge model practice, and also Midas Marketing Platform that you can utilize and implement to bring high-ticket patient prospects to your practice. And I initiated the Mastermind since 2020, which I bring driven entrepreneurs in podiatry and I help them grow and we brainstorm, etc. A lot of things have happened in 2020 and until now, middle of 2021, but it wouldn't have been possible if you guys, my colleagues, did not communicate with me. So I love connecting with you. Again, if you don't know my email address, you should. It's tjahn@drtjahn.com. So it's a tjan@drtjan.com. I'll put it in the show notes again so you don't forget it. And most social media account like Instagram is drtjan. So like, for example, instagram.com/drtjahn. My website is drtjahn.com. So I told you now, you have ways to connect with me, communicate with me. If you need help, if you want to give me some feedback, which is super important for me, please do not hesitate to contact with me. Now, main concept of momentum is simple. Many doctors ask me when I did a live webinar right after the minimally invasive surgery workshop cadaver lab was over, following week, I did live webinar on minimally invasive surgery. Continue to educate my colleagues about minimally invasive surgery benefits for patients and also surgeons. And doctors ask me, TJ, aren't you tired? You just finished a live event. Why are you keep going with another webinar on minimally invasive surgery? Yes, that's exactly my point. When things are moving toward the right direction, you should not stop. You should not stop. I could have taken a break, like 2 weeks of doing nothing, no training, nothing. But that's not how entrepreneurship works. When you see the needle is moving forward, you should not stop, but push yourself even further. That's where that power grows. That's where you can scale up. That's where you can grow. My consulting programs have helped hundreds of podiatrists, and I didn't want to stop. I see people at the event eager to learn. Their eyes were opening. I can sense those. When I run the event, I try to see everything in a kind of bird's eye view. I love helping our colleagues in hands-on level. But for example, that event, my primary role was the chair and organizer. So I wanted to make sure the event runs smoothly. But I love individual attention to details, especially when it comes to minimally invasive surgery. So my momentum was there. Hey, there's so many people, our colleagues, they want to learn minimally invasive surgery. So my mission to promote minimally invasive surgery to the world of podiatry in the United States, it has to continue. So I did live webinar following week, and then I continue to send educational and nurturing emails and also messages through social media to help colleagues aware of the benefits of minimally invasive surgery. That's why. So that's the momentum I wanted to create this episode about. When you feel like you're onto something, like a little epiphany moment, or you just get something started and then you see the potential benefits to your practice, keep going. You got to keep it going. My mastermind members, we have a special secret Facebook group just for the mastermind members. And I encourage our members to declare their wins, either small or big, any kind of wins towards your goals that you created or we created together, or personalized and customized projects that I'm helping them with. If you achieve even the smallest goal, I highly advise my members to declare their wins. And some doctors, let's say, hey, boom, I just closed on cash pay bunion patients at $5,500. And everybody jumps in our secret Facebook group and congratulations, you deserve this, you should take a break. But you know what I say all the time? Because I see the momentum and I say in the comment section, great job, keep it going. And when I said that, I really mean it. When you have that momentum going, you should keep going. Make it yours so that your newly learned skill set, it becomes yours. You ingrain to yourself. Just like bicycle, when at the beginning, you fall sideways when you try to keep balance, and then your parents holding the back seat or your back, your hip, just making sure you're not falling. But once you get that idea that I can balance myself and I'm not falling, you get that momentum. You should not stop. You should keep going to make it completely yours. Does that make sense? So the point that I wanted to come across to you over this episode about momentum, when you get something going, don't stop, keep going, and finally you can declare that as yours for the lifetime acquired skill set. If you achieve like financial goal, keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Reward yourself is of course important, but that doesn't mean you stop what you're doing. As you reward yourself, you need to start enjoying that wealth. You need to practice wealth. So in a reasonable way, you can reward yourself or your family, but as you keep the momentum going. Does that make sense, guys? Again, welcome to the new season 2 of Podiatry Profits Podcast, episode 1. And I repeated myself several times to convey the message of the importance of keep the momentum going when things are going the right direction. Sounds good? I hope you enjoyed this episode. And again, I'm so happy to be back in the podcast action. And if you have any suggestions, feedback, again, I gave you my email address, social media information in the show notes. So do not hesitate to contact me. Give me 5-star reviews, positive feedback, even negative one. Please send me so that I can improve. I can continue to improve podcast and everything else. Here in Chicago, we're still enjoying the hot summer. So I don't know where you are listening to my podcast, but be safe, be healthy, make a lot of money, keep going, and I'll see you at the next episode. Take care.
You've been listening to the Podiatry Profits Podcast with Dr. TJ Ahn. To find out more about Dr. TJ Ahn or discover how you can grow your podiatry practice, visit drtjahn.com. Or you can also get a free copy of Dr. Ahn's best-selling book, Opt Out: How to Take Back Financial Control of Your Private Clinical Practice Without the Hassle of Insurance Companies. Just go to optoutbook.com.